uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports talking way too much, world come back. Sports talking way too much, world come back. Sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the M effing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed. Period. You already know. The first in the building. Bill's boot camp is on deck. What it do, man? Salute to you, fam. I see you. The OG himself is in the building. Mr. Golden, WCS, what's up, fam? It's showtime, no doubt, man. Appreciate you pulling up as always. You know, Alexander is in the building. Salute to you, man. What it do? Stickum Boys Fishing and Sport is in the building. What's good with it, man? I see you on deck. Salute to everybody that's on their way. Shout out to the GOAT. Big Blunts and Boxing is on deck in the building. What's good? What's good? So, of course, I've been doing my Hot Grease Chronicles episodes. Just to highlight the resurgence. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Just to highlight the resurgence. You know, we definitely should highlight the most dangerous man in boxing right now when it comes down to it. And that's Omaha's own Terrence Bud Crawford. And the reason this is extremely important is because we have a fight that's coming up that he has some stock in the game. He has some skin in the game, so to speak. But the more and more I think about it and hear people talk about, you know, what's been going on with the change up with Thurman, you know, being excluded and now bringing on Fundora, it kind of tightened the nuts and bolts a little bit more. Because if you're a diehard boxing fan, you just can't say that Tszyu's gonna beat Fundora like that easily. I don't see it. This fight has turned interesting for various reasons. I mean, we have to identify, you know, Fundora 6'6", very rangy. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, 80-inch arm reach. And I believe Tszyu is like 70. I mean, just the reach alone, right? And also the last minute replacement that Tszyu wasn't training for. You know, they was in there training for a fighter like Keith Thurman. And now they get Fundora. That's huge. Even for Tszyu, that's huge. Even for him, you know what I'm saying? He's had some, nice solid opponents as of recent. Tony Harrison, he was able to get up out of there. He went the distance with Carlos Ocampo. He had Brian Mendoza. Terrell Goucher. I mean not Terrell Goucher. What's the opponent I'm looking for? I just missed him. Hold on for a second. If y'all in the building, hit the like button for me. I appreciate you. I was cross-threading Tim Tszyu's opponents, but Erickson Lubin, that's who I was looking for. He had Erickson Lubin. He ended up getting the 9th round stoppage on Erickson Lubin. So, this is actually a big time step up for both. I would say more so Sebastian Fundora than anything. It is. It's a step up for Sebastian Fundora because the guy that you lost to was defeated by Tim Tszyu. That's a tough pill to swallow heading into this fight. It doesn't matter what titles is on the line. There can be 4, 5, 6, 7 titles on the line. You have that in reflection. All right? You have that in reflection. But let me highlight my title. Crawford versus Fundora next. Tszyu duck vibes. Diddy James can't look back on Spence. You know what I'm saying? In the grand arrivals. Let's get back to the hot grease. I want to talk about get Diddy James out the way. All right. So Diddy James did an interview with Cigar Talk. And shout out to Najee, man. Great interview. I'm surprised you was able to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? He even said on the interview that he wasn't going to let you in the door. He talked about throughout the interview how big the door is, but it's not for the brothers, though. It might be for the others, but I don't think it's for the brothers. But he said he barely even let you in the building. But I see ES News walking through there all the time. People act like it's Fort Knox. But the only thing that's the security, you know what I'm saying, is Diddy James saying no all the time. No. Sound like a bunch of bees buzzing. Who is that again? WCS? Sound like a goddamn bunch of bees buzzing. But he said some crazy things in there. It puzzled me a bit. Diddy James don't ever want to go in detail about shit. We all know that there's the big, huge elephant that everybody's talking about, him not getting paid by Spence. And I've heard Showbiz, shout out to Showbiz the adult. He's basically trying to advocate and say it's not because of this Crawford fight. I want to tell you the real reason. Vice, what you heard. Listen, dude, I get it, man. 1 minute you feel this way about something, then the next minute you switch up like you never even felt that way to begin with. I get it. But dude, I understand. And this is no shot at him. But you've been flip-flopping all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Tuck and rolling. Up, they see me, I'm down. Hide and go seek, tag, you it. I'm like, bro, you're not telling us the truth about anything. The fact is just like this. If you're trying to say the pay issue stems from previous fights leading up to now, why wasn't, as I looked through your catalog, why didn't you ever do any video on the fact that Errol Spence wasn't paying Diddy James? I didn't see it in your catalog. When you all talk about, oh, this has been ongoing from what was told to me, why haven't you mentioned it before? And why wasn't it on a video in your catalog if you're trying to say this doesn't just stem from the July 29th fight? This is a situation that's been ongoing. So it's not because Crawford beat Spence. Look, it may not be because of what happened July 29th. Okay, it may not be. It may be what happened during open workouts when he hit that man upside the head with that mitt. That wasn't July 29th. That was before July 29th. That was fight week. It might be because of that. Seriously. Seriously. But to sit up here and have people trying to take up for Diddy, who at the moment, his stable is like on a skeleton crew. You know what I'm saying? The capacity at one point in time might have been 5 to 6 fighters. Now he might just be down to 2. Frank Martin may dip his head in there every now and then. Joshua came in there just like it was a drive-through. He got 2 fights and then he bounced. You know what I'm saying? Right before the big money fight in Saudi. And then you got Ryan Garcia. Hey, man. He talks about how him and Ryan Garcia's had, conversations, disagreements. But he also said, there's a big door. Why would you put that out there? I don't know. Diddy James tried to come off as if I don't need you type of deal. You can come and have me train you. And the only good thing that he said that made sense to me about trainers and fighters is that sometimes the trainer don't want to tell the fighter the truth, because in fear of they might get fired. But yet, if you don't tell them the truth and they go out there and look terrible, then you get fired anyway. That's the only thing positive that I got from what he said, which I've heard it before, but it's true. It's absolutely true, man. So he's more so he want to tell the fighter the truth. But Diddy James, I just wonder how many times did you tell Spence the truth? He say he was the truth, so it should have been easy for you to tell the truth. It should have been quite easy for you to tell that man the truth if he wasn't showing up to the gym or he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. Man, it's no secret. It's no secret he was doing what he wanted to do over there. It's no secret. Now I'm looking at this, right? Somehow it's storming over here. I'm looking at this, right? And I'm saying to myself, there's a lot that's been going on with this situation that's in the media. You know what I'm saying? The situation with no compensation. The situation where people making excuses after excuses. You know what I'm saying? Showbiz is trying to say this has been an ongoing repetition somewhat somehow as far as Spence not paying. And I'm saying to myself, I didn't find anything in your catalog that can validate that this was it, what you're talking about. This was an ongoing, a reoccurring theme. I never heard it. I never heard no one talk about it in his previous fights with either Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Yadinas Ugas. I haven't heard about Spence not paying Diddy James. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of any money issues, any type of transactions that hasn't been met. I never heard any of that. When you hear these people say, "Oh, I'm here to tell you the real," and this is no shot at showbiz, man. You know what I'm saying? But you've been known to be a fish out of water sometimes, flip-flopping in topics. You know what I'm saying? You flip-flopping around. You know, one minute you swimming with the current, the next minute you swimming against the current, just to tell people, "Oh, that wasn't me that was swimming with the current. That's a fish that looked like me. It wasn't me for real. It wasn't me." And I don't have nothing against the brother. I like showbiz the dope. But you're trying to say, hey, you want to get the real, not like all these other channels. At the end of the day, each channel is ran pretty much by a human being. Human beings are subject to create their own storylines. Whether they choose to lie or tell the truth, that's up to that individual. Just because subscribers and viewerships are up doesn't mean that your integrity changed. Real talk. It's a lot of liars out here and untruth tellers that do that shit for controversy just to get the viewership. I'm not saying that's showbiz. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I did not hear or could not retrieve a video that we was talking about Errol Spence not paying Diddy James prior to. If this is indeed something that just happened not so long ago, July 29th, and it's a residual effect of that night, then you have to take it from there. Just take it from there and what it is. They have to figure it out. If they want to take it before a judge, then let them take it before a judge. Don't try to cleverly vouch, you know what I'm saying, and try to clean it up that this is something different than what's in the media. Diddy James is suing Spence because he wasn't satisfied with the fight plan. I don't care about any of that. All I know is the fight plan was fucked up. And in the midst of the fight plan being the way it was, there was a body that was in there that was representing the World Class Furniture Store. You know what I'm saying? The fighter and a coach. But the fighter that was in there from the World Class Furniture Store, he damn near got terminated. So the fight plan, after the fog cleared and everything, and Spence was out here reading all the freaking criticism and backlash, you know what I'm saying, and hearing all the trolling that was going on, that didn't deter him. That didn't sit up there and say, okay, yeah, all of a sudden I'm not going to pay this man his money. No, he's feeling some type of way because Diddy James popped him in the head with that mitt. I told people when it happened, I say, Spence is not going to forget that shit. You popped that man in the head with a mitt. You popped him in the head with a mitt while the cameras was rolling. You up there doing all that wild cowboy shit, man. Like you was riding around in goddamn Texas and shit, making a video. Because you know Diddy always want to be in the videos. All you got to do is look at the epilogue. Who in the hell they coach up there running up the street and your fighter supposed to be the one that's splitting the ropes? They up there got the camera. Hey, I'm going on for a run, going 5 miles. I'm going to show them I'm in shape. They up there recording him running up. Who gives a fuck, dog? One of your final fights was a 6-rounder. You couldn't make up your mind how many rounds you wanted to go. Ring around the mosey, carousel, jump on the motherfucking damn You know, what's that damn the Ferris wheel? I mean, shit, nigga. Like, come on, man. Wasn't nobody looking for you to run up the street doing the freaking epilogue and all access. You was doing too much. But what you were supposed to be doing is getting some second set of eyes, maybe a third set of eyes, to the rival plan that you can go in there and compete against Brian Bomack McIntyre and Terrence Bud Crawford. That's what you should have been thinking. But since you said in so many words, when it came to Spence, you know, Diddy James was looking at it like, I don't, you know, look back in the past. You look back in the past, you bump into something that's in front of you. Well, guess what? It's a lot of past. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of past that basically influence the present. It's a lot of what happened to someone some way, somehow, that allows them to have, you know, a larger vision as they move forward. You know what I'm saying? They may have opened their eyes up just a little bit wider than they need to. You know, they may be paying attention at a higher percentage than they was prior to that particular moment in the past. So for Diddy James to act like, I don't have no time looking at the past. Well, what Diddy James, let me tell you, every trainer that looks at boxing film and has an opponent, they're not looking at boxing film of a fight that they had in the future. They're looking at a fight that they had in the past. Once again, they're looking at a fight that they had in the past. So the past is always going to be relevant because we don't know what the future holds, but the past, we can reflect on that. How long you take to reflect on that shit to improve yourself as a coach, it all depends on you, brother. But you will continue to fail miserably. Crucial reminders letting you know that you being selfish the way you are, not having a second and third set of eyes in there, not studying film for these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Look in the past, brother. Look in the past, because it'll show you that, hey, you was able to get away with a lot of stuff. And then, you know, when Bomack said what he said, no more hiding, pretty much saying you exposed. Sit back and let us show you how it's done. I mean, while Crawford beat up an entire boxing community, shut down a pound for pound fighter, crushed him, right? Destroyed an entire fan base. Had Jerry Jones coming in there talking about a Super Bowl. Sent them home crying. To my damn, I can't win shit. Errol can't win shit. It was bad. It was bad. But let me transition off this, because when I get on Diddy James, a lot of people are trying to sit up here and act like they want to take up for Diddy James. No, we don't want to hear that take up shit, bro. Because y'all should have been talking about EJ. We got cats out here that was supposedly EJ fans used to talk so much shit. But Crawford beat that ass and all they talk about is Crawford now. If you can't beat him, goddamn it, join him. If you can't goddamn beat him, you get her done. You goddamn crossover real quick. You get her done. They couldn't beat Team Crawford, so they joined the team. I find that to be, what's that word I'm looking for? A traitor? I find that to be the behavior and mannerisms of a traitor. You know what I'm saying? Bandwagon fence jumper. Stick with what you came into the corral with. If you rolled in on this bitch with 2 Shetland ponies, ride out with them motherfuckers, man. That's what you came in with. Don't try to sit up here and take up for Diddy James Because he came out there with a fucked up game plan. Didn't know how to give proper instructions to Spence to turn that fight around. Didn't think Spence even needed to change up anything for Crawford. It ain't broke. Put the kickstand down there and goddamn lean over and just pedal, and the back wheel will come up. You know, you still pedaling. You might be not going nowhere, but you still pedaling. That's all I got right now. Shit, you gotta figure it out. Don't look in the past. You bump it in, look ahead. Nigga ain't making no sense. You know what I'm saying? Making no sense, man. I mean, goddamn. Diddy James ain't making no sense, bro. And just because you're not getting paid, man, y'all need to figure it out. Once again, I summons the aerosexuals to figure this shit out. Because these aerosexuals talking about how Bud can't do business, how he was such a bad person, how he was just poor at handling his business side of boxing, how he wasn't a draw. Where are you all now? Why are you not on the helmet of Errol Spence for not paying Diddy James? You talk about how Bob Arum say he lost so much he could buy a house in Beverly Hills, but you ain't talking shit about Spence ain't coming off that couple of mics. Why he ain't paying that man? Because of you, Spence, and your out of the ring situations, living out of pocket, you cost that man money too. You can't be mad because both of y'all was on that he ain't fought nobody cocktail and y'all was drunk off that shit together. Diddy punch drunk and Errol goddamn drunk. Both of y'all was sitting up here drunk as shit off that he ain't fought nobody cocktail. It ain't no recovering from that, dog. Y'all didn't think that guy, that Omaha Monster, was dangerous enough to plan for him. Y'all went in there and did the routine, went through the drills and all that. You know, you went through the drills and all that. And you didn't feel there was nothing outside of the boundaries that you have seen because you don't look in the past. All you was pretty much going off is listening to some of these light-skinned trants, that was over here pretending to be a man to begin with, having a debate series, letting people get on this panel and talk shit about freaking Crawford and have people believing that shit. He up here pretending to be a brother to begin with. He was fake to begin with. All the information he was putting out was fake. They had people believing they're saying the same shit. What did they say? Spence can beat everybody on Crawford. Spence can beat everybody on Crawford resume. Spence can beat everybody on Crawford resume. Spence can beat everybody on Crawford resume. And then when he fought the common opponents, they over there doing the same thing. Oh, man, they was washed. He was in retirement. His daddy, look, Spence so much to the point was listening to this rhetoric that he had to take it on TV and say, you know what? I got to talk to you, Tyson. You said some things I got to talk to you about, Tyson. I didn't like the way you were talking about me and said that Crawford gonna beat me, Tyson. Tyson was only talking about what he believed that was the real deal and Crawford's ability versus Errol Spence, one-dimensional fighting style. That's all. You're talking about a Tyson who's been to the darkness and back and to the darkness again and back again. He's a platinum member to the dark side. And he understands how you can have a downfall as a professional fighter to go in there against the elite when you fucking drinking, doing drugs. Now, he knows that. But Errol Spence went over there and tried to correct freaking Mike Tyson on what he said as far as believing that Crawford beats Errol Spence. Nigga, you was adamant. I was there at the presser, bro. You was adamant about that shit. You was adamant about bragging about living out of pocket, bro. That I heard you say it. I looked at you, man. I heard it. You know what I'm saying? I heard the audio. I heard you, convince the crowd that You know, I've been living out of pocket my whole life. You was bragging about this shit. But living out of pocket cost Diddy James money, bro. Living out of pocket cost Diddy James money. Living out of pocket costs you money. Living out of pocket almost costs you your life. So we get to the point where Diddy James is not one, he's not willingly ready to look in the past, because the past for him last year is brutal. To get to awards the way he did and to crash out, I mean, really bad. For Diddy James to crash out the way he did with Spence. And for him to hop on the plane and go over to the UK and you know, go over there for Joshua's fight and to be as jipper as he was over there in the UK. I mean, I said it, man. It's over. It's done. It's over and done. But yet, I'm dealing with human beings that in order for them to take somebody for their word, you got to have a whole lot of views and subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like when you file your taxes, they say, just give me a rough number. You say you have a YouTube channel, right? Yeah, that's the deduction. So give or take, how many subscribers you got? 600,000. Okay, great. Let me put 600,000. So per live stream, right? So what would you rate? What would you say your viewership is with 600,000 subscribers? What would your viewership? I would say about 230. So 230,000? No, 230 viewers on live. There's no deduction from that. Actually, you're gonna have to pay because you're not able to properly present yourself throughout the year, and you're trying to file some taxes with 600,000 subscribers, but yet your viewership is 200 to 300 damn viewership, right? Now you would have said 200 to 300,000 per live stream. Oh man, we would have got you some great money back. I'm talking about we would have got you some premier. I'm talking about moolah, dead presidents, whatever you want to say, the ducats. We would have got you a nice return on your taxes. But no. Maybe Spence was listening to too many of these channels that was out here saying the same shit all the time. And Spence thought it would be cool to go up there and have Mike Tyson laugh in his face. Hey, come on, Spence. Spence, stop it. It seems like you got bad attitude, Spence. It's not like that. Arrow, stop it, Arrow. It's not cool, man. I'm just telling you. I was just like, listen to me. I think Crawford, all around, you know, his skill set overall, technically, he's a better fighter. You understand that, Arrow? Like, you one-dimensional and Crawford switch hits. And don't nobody give a shit. He ain't fought nobody. And then what Mike do? Instead of Mike goddamn crashing out on Spence, he gave him a care package to calm his nerves, y'all. To put him back in serenity. To send him back to that oasis, y'all. To get him prepared for the fight, he gave him a care package. He gave him some slow burners in that motherfucker. And goddamn, by the time Spence left the parking lot, man, he had already dug in and goddamn had them edibles. Mike Tyson came bearing gifts as a legend, an OG. Spence didn't appreciate what just happened. He went in there trying to check Mike Tyson. Nigga, is you crazy? You talking about a dude that did worse than what you did in your career. And you trying to go up here and check a nigga? When you got a pending lawsuit, if that shit goes down the way it goes down, you got a pending lawsuit and you're responsible for keeping money out his damn plate, off his plate too. Look, both of y'all, in my opinion, it may not be equal, but both of y'all are culpable. Y'all pretty much cancel each other out. The oddballs of boxing. Real talk. The oddballs of boxing. Y'all pretty much cancel that. You cancel each other out because both of you all have did some things that was questionable. Diddy James don't like looking at film. He don't like looking in the past. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and both of these cats underestimated how dangerous Crawford was. And both of them got a taste. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got a taste of what it feels like to be humiliated, to be embarrassed, to be on the elite level, and then properly prepare for the fight at hand on July 29th. Both of you was a part of the T-Mobile massacre, all because you all both felt. I heard both of you say the same shit. He ain't fought nobody. So for Crawford, what's so amazing and unique about his history is that he was on the radar. But Diddy James and Errol Spence Jr. never respected the threat. They saw the nigga on the radar and they never respected the threat. The shit was beeping. Beep, 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 beep. What is that? Oh, that's Bud Crawford. He's on the radar again. Oh, man, turn that beeping noise off. It's nothing to worry about. We know he's getting ready for the fight. Turn that beeping noise off. God damn, shit. Oh, irritating. Damn. Let's get back to what we was doing. Okay. First of all, your style is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? You're 28-0. Okay. We don't see no need to fix anything. You've been able to get away with it. And like we said, everybody on his resume you can beat. All right, he ain't fought nobody. It's definitely not nobody on his resume that's you, EJ. They ain't the truth. It ain't Strap Season the Big Fish. Nobody. Jose Benavidez, East Cavalaski, you beat them all. Jeff Horn beat them all. Amir Khan beat them all. Sean Porter, you beat him. Cal Brook, you beat him. We ain't gonna mention Avanesian. You wouldn't have never fought nobody like Avanesian. But all them other guys, you would beat them, EJ. So when it comes to this lack of compensation, both of them has equity in that lawsuit. I'm just being honest, y'all. Both of them. I don't feel no petty. The only energy that I have, if I choose to be disgruntled about this situation, is that the content creators that I would think that would be on this and talking about it in depth, they're not doing it. Okay? They're not doing it. Let me get on the Grand Arrivals right quick. The Grand Arrivals, man, I wasn't too hyped up about the Grand Arrivals. I do look forward to seeing the co-main event and the main event. Now, shout out to them, Isak Cruz and Rolando Romero. They did mention Amazon Prime, and they spoke about how large the platform was and so forth. Kudos. And then also, we have Fundora and Tszyu. But this is where I have a little bit of issue with the main event. People are talking about they ordered, right? But so a part of me feels that Tim Tszyu is not 100% committed to stepping in there with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when Crawford was wanting to fight Errol Spence Jr. and two Charlos and the Spence was busy up here calling out Canelo Alvarez. They was distracted. I don't know if Tim Tszyu is totally focused on the threat that he has at hand with Fundora, that he can get through this fight. And then he has an even bigger threat. He doesn't give me the confidence that I'm looking for. He doesn't give me that confidence, y'all. To hear him talk about he wanted to go the route of Spence. He doesn't give me that, man. They probably in his ear over there. They probably in his ear. No one's going to tell me that PBC won't try to screw over Crawford again. And look, Crawford is absolutely innocent at the end of the day. He held his end of the bargain. Through all the blackout smear campaign that they ran on this man. He went over there and signed 2 fights. He signed a fight and a rematch. Showtime financed it. We knew what happened. And then, for some ungodly reason, EJ activated his rematch clause knowing he had fucked up cataracts or whatever he had the fuck going on. And he wait until 2024 come on. We think a fight date is about to come out for the rematch. And he said, no, it's 8 weeks. He just had surgery, just 8 weeks. So pretty much what they tried to do in 2022, they tried to go back and do it again, y'all. It was never going to be a fight. PBC wasn't going to prove that fight for Errol Spence. He wasn't ready. So everybody's thinking that fight was going to happen in November, October, November, or whatever they wanted to be. It never was going to happen. They wanted it to happen in 2023. So they wanted to just stall the older fighter out, keep him out the ring over a freaking year. You know what I'm saying? And then bring him back in 2023. And then turn right back around and try to do the same shit. Except this time, instead of Spence coming off a win like he did with Ugas, he came off a thrashing. Could have took that money. Granted, I believe the money was absolutely there because he was punching passports. He could have went and got surgery immediately. Went through the healing process while he was out of town with an eye patch on. And then he would have been ready for that rematch. But we all know the rematch is going to be at 154. And for him, EJ, to sit up here and have all these people talk about weight drain and you getting what you want. You getting the fight at 154? You getting the fight at 154. So they won't come up here bitching and whining, talking about he was weight drain. He was weight drain. He was clone. They put the wrong clone out there. I heard they got clone 2A and clone 2B and clone 3A and clone 3B. They put the wrong clone out there. That clone was high. They took him off the goddamn wires too quick. They took him off the machine too quick. They put the wrong one out there. Abort, abort, abort. They was coming up with all this shit. Crawford did everything he's supposed to do. He got the belts. That's what they wanted, undisputed. The first to do it. 2 divisions, undisputed, right? But yet, Errol Spence did not live up to his end of the bargain. And I will always hold them pathetic Errol-sexuals accountable because they didn't come back on here and say, you know what, that's fucked up. You know, because we was up here bigging this nigga up when he activated the rematch clause. But then he goes all the way through the holidays, ate good, probably had a mountain of smothered buttered crab legs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit dripping all down his motherfucking lips. Backstroking in butter sauce. Only to get surgery in January this year when we waiting for a fight date to come out. And now Bud had to go about his merry way. And now he's going to his options. Why? Because he's earned that. Bud Crawford has earned that option. And Tszyu just not giving me the vibes that he's fully committed to fighting Bud Crawford. I don't know, people. This coming off, you know, the more and more I think about it, it's not going to be an easy fight for neither. Especially for Tszyu. It's not going to be an easy fight for him, bro. It's not going to be an easy fight. I know some people may look at it like, okay, they want me to bring in the choir and sing the hook. Styles, oh, styles make fights. Your styles, whoa, styles make fights, baby. Styles make fights, baby. Oh. Can you bring in the drums? Yeah. Lightly bring in the cymbals, please. Styles. And I say styles make fights. Whoa. I mean, the styles make fights, yo. So just because Mendoza stopped Fundora doesn't mean Tszyu is going to have an easier go. Just because he beat Mendoza. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that. Styles make fights. Yes, he was able to go up there and land some incredible punch combinations on Mendoza. Didn't get reckless. Gave him that pressure straight from Australia. Gave him that kangaroo pressure. That Joey pressure. You know what I'm saying? Gave him that honey badger pressure. But now you're talking about a human prayer mantis. Now we're talking about something that's tall. That Tszyu's gonna have to deal with. It's not that much. You know, when you saw him in the ring today, I say, well, for some reason, it just seems like Fundora keep getting shorter or something. Ever since he got knocked out, I think there was a freaking vertebrae that Mendoza knocked out his ass. I don't know. He may not be 6'6" no more. He might be 6'4.5" now. But it's not gonna be an easy fight for Tszyu. It's not gonna be an easy fight for Fundora. But truth be told, I think a lot of these cats want to see Crawford fight Fundora. Why? Because they hate us. They believe that Crawford's too small to step in there with a fighter the height of Fundora, and they believe that'll be their get back. You know what I'm saying? That'll be their get back, their revenge for what he did last year. That's all. I'm telling you what these niggas thinking, bro. They don't want to see Crawford fight anybody except Fundora because they believe it'll end up like Lubin. They want to see Crawford get beat up like he beat up Spence. They want it. Them hating ass niggas ain't gonna tell you, but I'll speak for them. They do. They want to see Crawford fight Fundora because they feel like it'll be a difficult task. They feel like Crawford's once again too small. Hey, I told Crawford, I said, Crawford, you might as well just come in there with a slingshot in your motherfucking hand. Since they keep acting like you David, just come through that motherfucker. You came in there with the nets on, you caught the fish, right? Come in there with a slingshot already in the back position. Pull that shit stretched out. You walk back already in the cock, always in the ready. Cock it back. Pull that mother all the way back. Since they consider to think this man David just got there coming there with a slingshot, just pull that shit all the way back. Jump through the ropes and the camera zoomed in on you. They get out the way because they say, damn, that's a big ass rock in that motherfucker. Nah, motherfucker, that's my hand. Oh, shit. Okay. I ain't never seen nobody put their hand in a slingshot before. Yeah, that's my hand. They keep on saying I'm too small and Fundora gonna walk through me. They keep, now they want to bring in the argument. Well, to be honest, Crawford's a 135er and Fundora is a true super welterweight. It's just too much, man. And see, this is going to prove why he was never ready for Canelo. He was never ready for Canelo. Fundora is going to prove it, man. Fundora is the fight we want to see, man. He can beat little bitty Crawford down. We don't give a fuck about no wrestling. This is boxing. They don't get it, y'all. They don't get it. Shout out to Tough Love Boxing in the building. Salute to your brother. Y'all be sure to check him out, man. Subscribe and support the brother's channel. Great content. Shout out to my God Town business in the building. What's good with it, Town? The last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, they were still having a Freaknik. Damn. I'm not even going to get off topic, but I was just looking at a video they put out there about Freaknik. I ain't bullshitting. That's familiar places, and I was trying to find and see if I was in that motherfucker, because I was at Freaknik every time they had it. I wasn't that far away. But now they want to talk about what they talk about. Shout out to Reggie. I think I gave you a shout out. Shout out to Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens in the building. I see you, man. Arnold Brown on deck in the building. Drugs on deck in the building. I see you. What's good? Dan on deck. Andrew on deck in the building. See you. Debbie says you got to sing the Crawford versus Spence version. Styles make one-sided beatdowns. For real, man. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. These haters. You know what I'm saying? They want to see Crawford fight Fundora next. Look, you want to find out where the haters was before they came to YouTube? Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. Look, That's where all them varmints at. You know what I'm saying? I know they still embedded. They hunkered down. They dug their holes and burrows. That's where them varmints at, man. Over there in Facebook. And they sit up here, they saying, hey, they feel that Crawford will beat Tszyu fairly easy. But they want to hope Fundora pulls off the upset after being stopped by Mendoza because they feel that Crawford's too small. They never stop, man. They're actually rooting for a fighter that they don't support once again. That's how they feel that they can get their return, their revenge, is that they're rooting for another fighter. You know, it's not hardcore boxing no more. Now we're talking about big nose, big shoes, colorful hair, and you know, put me out there so I can perform. Now we're talking about full-blown clowns. They're not all about boxing anymore. Who has the better technique? You know, basically scrutinizing the resume, picking certain fights to stand out. They're not doing any of that. These clowns are just going up here talking about, no, we got to get him back. We got to get him back. We got to get him back. I'll never forget what he did to one of my favorite fighters, man. Why he still ain't your favorite fighter, though? How can Spence not be your favorite fighter? You have to stay dedicated. The testament of a man is not through comfort and convenience, but through challenge and controversy. He faced controversy, goddammit. Why aren't you there to nurse him back to health as a true hardcore dedicated boxing fan? Why are you leaving this man out there? I know why. I know why. I know why. Like I said before, Crawford went in there and he beat the shit out of Spence, his fan base, the community that was watching. He beat the shit out of the aerosexuals that was in attendance. He beat up 2 unified champions in one fucking night, y'all. That's what he did. He beat the fuck out of Mel Charlo, who was ringside. How are you engaging in a conversation, a dialogue, in between the referee providing a count? He's doing the serenade of all serenades, y'all, to ensure that Spence is ready to carry on. He's busy talking shit to Jermell Charlo. In the process, he did not have enough time to address all the varmints, the aerosexuals that was in the crowd with their hand over mouth. The way they was out there weeping. Motherfucking Crawford was beating people up without even putting hands on it. The visual was too motherfucking much. And now they wishing for his downfall again, y'all. They wishing that Fundora beat Tszyu because they see no way that Crawford is going to be able to go in there and have success the way he did with Spence. They still mad and angry, y'all. These motherfuckers are mad. This is the Hot Grease Chronicles, EP 285, 2024 over. If I remove that, that's going to make them frown up even more. Because y'all did it to yourselves, man. Crawford single-handedly, along with his team, encouraged Showtime to leave the launch pad. They already was pointing up to the sky. They was just waiting on launch command. Send them. That was it. Once Harvey Doc stopped that fight in the ninth, all you felt was, goddamn, you're clear for takeoff. You're clear for takeoff. Over. I repeat, you're clear for takeoff. Showtime was out. People was up there saying, hey, man, Showtime, they're going to fund the fight for 2024. And they're going to fund the rematch, man. Showtime was already headed back. They had already left the launch pad, all because of Crawford. One One man did all that freaking damage, y'all. One man did all that damage. And still to this day, you know what I'm saying, people are still reeling, and, you know, they never the same boxing fans. You know, they was garbage to begin with. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit they was talking. Come on. Well, Crawford don't do anything when he switch stance anyway. He's just southpaw. He just do that shit for fun. He's collecting data. If he collects data too long with Errol Spence, he's gonna get knocked out. He's a slow starter. They had all these format rules, these format visuals that they got on Crawford. They said all this shit, y'all. He collects data too long. He don't do anything in the orthodox. He's a southpaw. He's stupid for switching stance. It don't make a difference in the fight. Plus, he ain't fought nobody. Come on, he don't fight nobody, man. He fought nobody. He hasn't fought nobody. EJ beats everybody on his resume. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Yes or no? Who's his biggest opponent? Who's his toughest opponent? Who? I'll tell you right now. He chinny. Why you say he chinny? Gamble. Nigga, that happened damn near a decade ago. Still chinny. So you trying to tell me you ain't gonna mention how Gamble was already facing some heat already doing that? I'm just worried about how he hurt Crawford. Okay. What else? Oh, Igis Kavalasi's Green Machine. What'd he do? Oh, he dropped him. Crawford, if he wouldn't have had, you know what I'm saying, a luck of the draw, man, and held on to his trunks, the referee would have called a knockdown and the fight would have been stopped. They don't believe in him. Until he went in there and goddamn tap dance all over Errol Spence's freaking back, legs. He beat the goddamn tomato strawberry juice out of his motherfucking head. All that, oh, is you so sweet? Yeah. I'm going to break you like Kunta resonated in Crawford when he stepped in that ring. He saw red too. So the strawberries that Spence ate, goddamn Crawford was seeing red. It was a different type of red. He wanted to see that red that keep you alive type of red. When the air hit it, it turned red. That's what he wanted to see. That's why his mentality was what it was. He made that shit look so easy. He did, y'all. He made the shit look too easy. He beat the strawberry tomato ragu sauce out of Spence, bro. He could have made dessert and the entree with what was seeping out of Spence's face. Yes, we're going to take this ragu sauce right here, put it on the noodles. They should be finished boiling in about 3 minutes. Yes, we're going to put this sauce over here. And also, we're making strawberry cheesecake. Oh, man, it's going to be so delicious. Man, we thought we would be short. But for those in attendance, we have enough. We have enough strawberry preserve. We're going to mix it in a little bit, thicken it up. And oh, man, there's going to be some beautiful cheesecake slices that people taste. Rich. It's going to be rich. Mwah. It's going to be delicious. You know what I'm saying? And the spaghetti, oh, my God. What other carb would you want to have in a fight like this? People are hungry after watching that. They're hungry. I mean, goddamn Crawford was pretty much handing out free plates, man. I was in the parking lot handing out brown bags, bologna sandwiches, 1 apple slice, 1 Now later, a Capri Sun. Yes, I donated to the community too, but the way Crawford donated to the community was quite different. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people say he wasn't playing nice. You know what I'm saying? Some people was believing that July 29th was actually July 4th. Yeah, they was looking at it like, why nobody didn't tell us that this was going to be a fireworks display? Why I would have goddamn brought my good camera. We didn't think we was gonna see this many damn fireworks going off. Because when you go to a fireworks show, it's only one way now. You're looking at the fireworks themselves. And that night, the fireworks was coming out of Omaha, Nebraska. But they was landing in Texas, shawty. They was coming from Omaha and they was landing in Texas. Now tell me how that shit's supposed to work. Don't feel no type of way. Don't feel no type of way. I know y'all plotting again. I know they plotting again. I hear them. They coming up with all these scenarios, y'all. Now they feel like Fundora is going to redeem their confidence to be boxing fans once again. So they can come in here and fake accounts and cheer Fundora on if he indeed pulls off the win against Tszyu and steps in there with Crawford. See what they're looking at. Look, I'm going to tell you what they think. Look, watch what I tell you. They're going to do a face-off. They're going to take a picture with Crawford and they're going to downsize it via Photoshop and they're going to put Fundora in there. I already did this shit, man, with Fundora. I'll show you the thumbnail at a later date. But they're going to act like Crawford's just so small, it's no way he can beat that man up. They're desperate for redemption, y'all. And I'm going to help them find it. I'm glad Crawford's name back in the conversation. I'm glad he basically, and shout out to Team Menace, man. From what my understanding, you know, it was dismissed with prejudice. And they was able to come to a settlement. I'm happy for them. Now, moving forward, do it the correct way, bro. Because, you know, I still feel some type of way on how that shit went down. But thanks to Crawford, he showed them how to properly submit paperwork without screwing nobody over. Now, he is going to lock some nuts down. He going to tighten that nut and goddamn, he going to put some nuts and bolts. It's going to feel that way, like he got him in his glove. But he showed you how to properly submit paperwork the correct way if you want to continue to build up your legacy. He showed you. No doubt about it. He showed you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He did it the right way. These are individuals who always said that Crawford did bad business. He was moving funny. But quiet as hell with Jerron being in court twice. And like I said, I have no issues with Jerron, man. Cool dude. I'm just speaking boxing shit. Even when Cameron Duncan was alive, this shit wasn't popping. But just the way you went up there and got that IBF title, dude. And shout out to the WBO, man, for not stripping Crawford of the belt when he takes this fight for the winner of Fundora Tszyu. Shout out to the WBO for them not reciprocating what the IBF did to Crawford, which was fucking disrespectful. They probably had some new aerosexuals, you know what I'm saying, that got hired on over there, and the first thing they wanted to do, hey, can we get together at lunch? Charles, Bob, you know what this is about. We need to nip this in the bud quick. Because you know his name is going to come back up to the surface, and we need to goddamn put some controversy in his life. So if we can get a vote, you know Team Menace has already submitted the paperwork, and Crawford's locked in for a rematch. We're going to strip him. We're going to strip him. We're going to strip him butt naked. He's coming off that IBF title. I mean, I'm just saying, it was some aerosexuals, new hires. They had some new hires, bro. Tell me I'm wrong. They had some new hires. I'm surprised at Tim, this duck and talk. I don't know what's going on, bro. I thought Tszyu, like I was really showing him love. I say, man, he's a tough Aussie. I like how he fought Tony Harrison. You know what I'm saying? I like how he fought Erickson Lubin. You know what I'm saying? I like how he fought Brian Mendoza. You know, I'm giving him his props, man. He ain't too much of a shit talker. Mel Charlo kept trying to talk shit to him. He said, hey, I don't understand why I can't get my Australian accent. I don't understand why he's trying to be so mean. I say, I respect you as a fighter, and you keep on talking shit to me. What the fuck is up with you, dog? You know, he comes off as a nice guy. I don't dislike Tszyu at all. I like both of them, both Fundora and Tszyu. But Tszyu is giving me that he want to fight a ambulatory Errol Spence, where I think Crawford retired him. And even though Errol has been on record saying, "Oh, you can put all that retirement talk," who is your next fight? Who is your next trainer? That's what I want to know. Who is your next trainer? If Crawford didn't retire you, then you better hurry up and get on the ball and try to go to 154 and collect the title, because it's a couple of them that's vacant, and you need to find some type of way to get in contact with Al Heyman if y'all still on speaking terms, and try to find a way to scoop up one of those belts. You know what I'm saying? Have you go in there, Spence, fight for one of the vacant belts, and have Chris Colbert step up to 154 and fight you for the damn vacant title, just so you can have a title, so you and Crawford can reconvene. We want to see you reconvene negotiations. We want to see the rematch. I do. I want to see the rematch. So tell him to call up Chris Colbert. You know, and look, if Tszyu can fight Sebastian Fundora off the knockout, if Rolly can get a freaking immediate title shot at 140, Chris Colbert can move up to 54 and get a title shot against Errol Spence Jr. after what El Rayo did to him. Okay, let's not act like we don't know where this is going. It's fighters that can come off knockouts and can get fights. Let's do it. Let's get Spence a belt, so we can goddamn start talking and get into negotiations. You know what I'm saying? And look, the best conversation I heard this far is like somebody questioning why Tszyu just didn't pass on the fight. You know, because this is a tougher challenge, and it could mess up the apple cart, right? Why he just didn't pass on that fight Crawford. And his coach, I like what his coach said. I think it's his father. I like what his father said. He said, we couldn't just pass on it and select Crawford. We would have had to take some time off, reset, and then come in there clean based off a new game plan and have an ample amount of time to prepare us for T-Mobile Massacre Part 2. He didn't say T-Mobile Massacre Part 2, but I'm just doing the fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying? Because I do remember that when I was in grade school. Fill in the fucking blanks. They said they have to reset before they be a part of T-Mobile Massacre Part 2. Real talk. So I respect what his pop said about that. I respect that. Real talk. I respect that. He gave a damn good answer, bro. He said we can't take no Crawford no set. We know Crawford in the gym all the time too. Nigga, you think we fools? We ain't about to get that goddamn Spence work. Shit. I'll never be able to go to Australia again. Goddamn, I can look. They tried to put me on quarantine and lock me down all because of what Cambozo did. So we just getting back to normal. You know what I'm saying? We just get back to normal based off Devin coming over there and beating Cambosos twice. They tried to take it out on me. I can't go in there and let another brother come in there and do me like that on short notice. I said, you know what? You're right. You know what, Tszyu? You're smart. You know damn well you couldn't call up Crawford on no short notice and be at the open workouts and the grand arrivals. You know you couldn't do that because your face would have started bleeding just from the interviews alone. Well, we want to know what you think, Tszyu. You're stepping in to face Terrence Bud Crawford on short notice. Have you even pondered the thought of how painful it's going to be when he takes you to the second round and you're already bleeding? Tell us what you're thinking. I'm not thinking anything. It's hurting me right now, to be honest. It is. I know it is. I know it is. So that's why we say, why did you even take the fight? You know you have to get out, relax, reset like your father said, and you said no. You just want to go straight into a T-Mobile Massacre Part 2. Are you ready? I'm serious. That's what it would have been like in the Q&A. But Tim, his father, very smart people. I commend him for knowing that Crawford is a threat. I commend him for being honest that he would rather fight an Errol Spence rather than Bud Crawford. I totally understand and recognize that the aerosexuals are still out there. A good number of them are above surface, and a good number of them are below surface. That's all. But what I do understand is that the numbers have reduced. I mean, extremely. The reduction is evident. Now that Crawford's about to rise again, now they're plotting and scheming that Fundora beats Tszyu, and they want to see the face-off, dog. They look, they got chill bumps. They say, oh, man, Fundora, this is your opportunity, Fundora. Please win. We just want to see the They just don't understand that they didn't get enough when they took the picture of when Crawford and Spence was facing off, and they were saying, oh, man, look at Spence, man. He's so much bigger than Crawford. Crawford's in trouble. And look, I'm swinging a motherfucking weight scale around like Thor's hammer. I'm cracking motherfuckers in the head with a glass scale, right? Bing! Bing, heads coming off of shit. I'm like, hey, he has to make weight. Do y'all understand that? Man, we understand. He out here in the head with a scale, man. He out here in the head with a scale. No, nigga, I'm trying to tell you that y'all say y'all boxing fans, right? Y'all up there talking how big Errol is than Crawford when a nigga weighing like 178 right now. They have to make weight. We know that, man. We just having fun, man. Damn. You have to crack us out that side of the head with a scale. I did. I had to. I had to remind you of the befuckery. It's no tolerance. You call yourself diehard fans. It's no tolerance for this shit, bro. Stop it. Stop talking about who's bigger, who's taller. Stop it. Stop plotting and scheming. Just be a boxing fan if you want to. Be a fighters fan if you want to. But if you're going to hate, don't be a part-time hater. Be a full-time hater now. Even when your fighter lost, you got to continue to be a full-time hater. You can't reduce your hours to part-time. You know what I'm saying? You was putting in 100 hours and you want to reduce them you down to a mere 15 to 16 hours now. We can't have that. We got to keep you on the job. We got to keep you active, and we got to keep you employed. You're not going to come up here and try to play and tell me, no, I'm switching up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a converted aerosexual. No, you're not. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. We can detect aerosexuals coming over here just like a Neuralink. Real talk. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. We truly understand how that day was back in 2023. We do. We understand. We understand that the price of fish, there was an inflation. It don't matter what fish you have. I know some of you cheap niggas out there, you wanted to get whiting and you wanted to get tilapia. I get it. But me, I was dealing with the higher end, because I just wanted to be in the moment. And we're about to experience that once again. You know what I'm saying? Now this time though, depending if Tszyu win, we might have kangaroo burgers. I don't know. We might have goddamn kangaroo pizza, kangaroo burgers. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of meat out there in the Outback. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? Duck burgers. Errol said, Derek, you failed me. I'm not paying you. Hey, man. Hey, can you imagine what the conversation was like? You know, Diddy James don't want to really say. He say, oh, well, we talked 3 weeks ago about Frank Martin and Tank Davis. No, nigga, if he owed you money, I know the way you talk to people. I know you say, hey, man, before we ain't get started on this, where my money at, nigga? Where my money at? I tell you one more again, if you don't have my mother effing money, I'm coming knocking on your door. I don't give a fuck if you got hyenas on your ranch. You gonna pay me my motherfucking money. You owe me money. See, Earl should goddamn give him his compensation in a voucher. For real. He should give him an IOU voucher and say, listen, this is how we can work this shit out. All right, first of all, you can get paid in full this month. If you go out there and erase every video and picture that's out there of July 29th. Because I've never been in a fight where I looked like it was Halloween in the middle of the year, goddammit. You know, my people looked at me and said, damn, dog, they gonna make a Halloween mask with your face on it. Oh, I never thought I'd say this, Earl. I might buy one, nigga. They talk about they gonna put it on Amazon, Earl. I might buy one, dog. That's fucked up, dog. That fucked Earl up. They say they was gonna make a Halloween mask, man. For real. They was gonna be selling them in bulk. I told them if I order the first full shipment, what type of discount can I get on it? Can we make that arrangement before you even put them out to the public? Can I get the first shipment? I want to bring them to the South. I pass them out in public. I still look at that fight at least twice a week. Oh, you ain't no good, OG. What you looking at that fight for? So you could talk about it on somebody's live stream? You know what I'm saying? Hey, OG, look. They gonna start going for you, man. They gonna start coming for your neck. It's gonna be people you ain't never had no dealings with, bro. After this Tszyu Fundora fight, if Fundora win, then you're gonna start seeing these motherfuckers pop out the soil, dog. Is it true? Hey, Fundora, did he win? We already won. He's gonna be fighting Crawford next. Yeah. Oh, hey, all you down here, come here. We can breathe. We can go above ground now. Fundora won. He's gonna beat Crawford for sure. We need to go build a tent. Now we can come above ground. They're not gonna be talking about SPENCE no more. Now we can start supporting Fundora. Yeah. The motherfucker's gonna be going crazy, dog. PBC won't release that fight on YouTube. They released Canelo Charlo and Benavidez and Andrade, but not Crawford Spence. Look, you just have to let it burn. Just like Usher said, Arnold. Let it burn. Just let that fight burn. Release that video. Let it burn, man, so we can look at it again and again and again. Just like Nelly said, over and over again. There's no duck and talk. Shout out to John on deck. First time seeing you over here, John. Salute to you, man. Welcome to the hottest chat in the MFN game. Crawford also said he will only take the Tszyu fight if it makes financial sense for both of them. We don't know the numbers they're looking for. Well, for Crawford, we can put it like this. I don't think it'll be difficult for them to pay him what he's worth. We don't need to talk about A side, B side in this matter. Obviously, he's accomplished more, way more than Tszyu. So the one that would be shaking the piggy bank definitely will be Tszyu. So they'll have to figure it out with Crawford. You make a solid point, you know what I'm saying, that they're going to have to figure out the money. But Tszyu has been on record, and his intentions in the direction he's trying to go is not that of Omaha, Nebraska. He wants to go to DeSoto, Texas. And, you know, he wants to fight the fragile, brittle Errol Spence Jr., who Crawford already beat. Why would you fight a common opponent, Crawford? Because he just want to see and match his skills up and see, and, you know, just see can he go in there and do it better than Crawford. He want Errol Spence on his freaking resume. And I don't blame him. If he gets Errol Spence on his resume, then he has Crawford in the conversation too. Because people going to say, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I like what you did in there. You fighting Errol Spence. I saw some things that you did that Crawford didn't do. And then, you know, they're going to start trying to plan this whole freaking band and shit. Making the band. They're going to come up with all this shit. Oh, man, you know, Tszyu did it better and all that. He might not got him up out of there, but he you know, he fought Errol Spence way better than, man, get out of here. Get out of here. I mean, you're right. Can't find that fight anywhere YouTube, but you can find everything else. You know how it is, man. You know how it is, man. That used to be the face. Just give it time. All I'm saying, give it time. It'll be out in 10 years, man. After Crawford retires, they're going to release the whole fight, man. For real. They're going to do a premiere on YouTube. They're going to charge you about $8 to $10 so they can kind of recoup the money that they lost last year. You know, they're going to put it out there for you. Just give it time. 10 years. That's about 10 years. Stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? You know, tread lightly on the YTC. Don't let it stress you out. In about 10 years, you'll see the full fight out here. You have to pay for it, though. Shout out to MKB Martin King Boxing in the building. What's good with it, brother? Salute to you, Ron. Good evening, OGWCS in the chat. Salute to you, man. We had that big flounder flopping all over the place. Chef Crawford. Yes, sir. A fish fry unlike any other fish fry you'll be a part of. For real. I was sitting up there eating food like a little kid. I was dropping crumbs all over the floor. I was just acting like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motherfucking fisherman now. You know what I'm saying? I was covered in a net and shit. I wanted to be in the moment. I wanted to kind of feel like, you know, what Spence was actually going through, so I could speak about it as if I was going through the experience with him. You know what I'm saying? Except the punches, of course. But some of that shit I was feeling, really. I was like, God damn, I need to take this motherfucking net off. This shit getting too serious, dog. My face started to swell. I said, no, take that motherfucker off. Get back in character. My shit went down. I started to enjoy my motherfucking seafood, my fish fry, all that. I said, I'm not trying to go through the experience just so I can talk about it. He was getting his ass beat out there. Shout out to Jessica in the building. Salute to you, queen. The ducking is getting out of control. I'm trying my best to stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to stop the ducking. But it's getting so rapid when Crawford's name is mentioned. I just don't want to get a team together. The No Duck Coalition. And, you know, I'm going to have to pay them too. I got to come up with a budget. And then I need to find out how far I need to travel. How many shovels I need. Or better yet, how many fire trucks I can rent, to flood them motherfuckers out. I need a lot of resources, dog. And look, man, come on now. I need a lot of resources to get this shit the way it's supposed to be. That's all I'm saying. Don't let up, guys. F that. Keep your foot on that mother effing necks. Yes, sir. That's the only way we can basically keep them aware that we're right there on them. Like we're still right here. When you try to peep your head up, no, this is not Groundhog Day in boxing. Come on up. Face your reality. Face the reality that you was a hater and you was wishing a downfall. You wasn't a boxing fan. You was a straight up hater. I will never let up on them aerosexuals. That fight will be talked about for the next 10 years. Yes. A decade is minimal there, OG. A decade is minimal. I got to see the fight again in its original format. Walkouts and all. Hey, you might not see that air anytime soon, man. Why? Because they don't want to mess up ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly what I heard was there's supposed to be a Target and Walmart collaboration, and they're gonna have they're gonna collab, and they're supposed to pick the biggest parking lot of the Super Walmart. I'm not sure what state it's gonna be in, but they're gonna do a Target Walmart collaboration. And yeah, they're going to have popcorn, fresh popcorn and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some Fanta and Sunkist, free Fanta and Sunkist drinks. I mean, I'm serious. It's going to be like going to your local carnival. And they're going to fight in the parking lot. Seriously. I blame Bud for this. Hey, that's the only person you can blame. I blame them for making it look too easy. You should have went in there and you carry him the 8th round. Well, many can say that you carry him the 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th, 8th. You should have just carried him in 3 more rounds, bud. Okay? Damn. You should just carry him the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Stop them in the 12th. Then Showtime would have said, we should stick around and get this rematch, y'all. What you think? 12th round? They stopped the fight. He didn't knock him out. Maybe we should stay around and fund this 2nd rematch. Then look, they would have went to Spence. Hey, Spence, how you feeling, buddy? I mean, the Red Cross was in there taking DNA samples all over the place, serving cheesecake like you wouldn't believe. But I wanted to talk to you, buddy. How you feeling? Because we're thinking about sticking around in the first semester of 2024 and funding this rematch. Or by the end of the year, if you think you can do it. Well, I can make the end of the year. You sure? You have anything going on? No, anything. So everything is fine. I'm good. You're feeling just fine. You just got beat. You go back to the drawing board, and you might want to get another train, but you go back to the drawing board. You can make this rematch happen, right? Yeah, I'm good. Spence wouldn't have mentioned no cataracts if that fight would have went into the 12th round and it was a controversial stoppage or something like that. If Harvey Dock would have stopped the fight with 7 seconds remaining, or we even reduced that down to a Richard Steele with 2 seconds remaining, you know what I'm saying? And then Showtime would have stuck around and say, I don't know, that Harvey Dock stopped that fight and he shouldn't have did that. We need to see a rematch. Then they would have stuck around and funded that motherfucker again. But being that the knockdown started so very early, and then the first knockdown was off a jab. You're clear for takeoff, over. I mean, they was on the launch pad. They say, this nigga going down in the 2nd round? Are you serious? Did they check and see if any olive oil was in the ring? Somebody threw some olive oil in there? Western oil? Anything? Crisco? No cooking oil. I could have sworn he slipped. But my people, it's been an hour and a half. Hot Grease Chronicles, EP 285 2024. The face of boxing. Terrence Bud Crawford. Hey, they plotting on you again, shawty. I'm not telling you as a warning. I'm just putting it out to the people that they up here plotting and scheming again, hoping Fundora beats Tszyu because they believe he's going to be too much when it comes to his height and stature. That's why I say you should come in there with the slingshot, pull back to the rear there, champ. Throw the first shot before the bell even ring. Let him know. Until next time, man, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. I'm out. Peace.